Good morning.
Good morning.
Healing the world. I started working on this talk with the inspiration I got from listening to Comel's words last week. I wasn't sure exactly which direction to go, but my local expert, Denise, said, "I've got just the book for you." And she handed me White Eagle's Healing the World, which I read with equal measures and After all, healing the world does seem like a daunting task. How do I start, and just how much can one person do? The excerpts that I pulled from the book, read so beautifully by Jane, thank you very much, built me a picture of exactly how a single person can not only start, but make progress in healing the world, with no limits to that person's contribution. I have to admit, I didn't see it at first. I read the chapters, but the big picture wasn't coming crystal clear to me. I had to make some connections that I initially missed. And I realized that happens a lot between me and White Eagle. I've learned to be patient while reading his words. When he sets forth a challenge, an opportunity, often a question, he doesn't give you the answer right away. But I've learned my lesson, and the answer is in there somewhere, whether it's in the next section or the next chapter, heck, maybe the next book. So here are 5 essentials that White Eagle lays out for us. 1, the greatest work that you can do on your earth, I guess that's the only thing I've got here is the earth. But the only thing, the greatest work you can do on your earth in this age is to heal. Remember that the great light is waiting for a human channel through which to flow. And the starting point for that is me and you. So how do I start making myself one of these human channels for the light? Number 2, you have only to surrender to God. Obey God's will, and immediately you become a server. You are helping the world. Okay, surrender to God. I get that, right? Acknowledge his power, his wisdom, and his love for me. I can do that. Be kind. Be true. Be happy for others. And don't forget to tell them that you're happy for others. Forgive. I think that's my hardest one. And listen. You have 2 ears and only 1 mouth. Do the math. 3, once you have made this contact with Spirit, you are henceforth a channel, for you have opened the way for the creative power and light to flow into you. So when I meditate, when I pray that I may be of service, when I go inside in tranquility and peace, that channel is being created. 4, never allow earthly thoughts, the doubts and fears of your lower mind, to block that channel for the healing light. It certainly is easy to get sidetracked by negative thoughts these days. Don't stew over things in the past, and don't worry about what might happen in the future. Staying positive and mindful in the present is the best approach. And 5, there is no limit to the rays of light which can pour through you and extend over the whole earth. And this is the part I absolutely love. I don't have to aim the light rays. They go where they're needed. And I don't have to ration them, like watering my lawn on certain days. They are flowing through me unconditionally. All right, this next part should give you one of those aha moments. I'm going to read 4 lines pulled from the reading, not to take them out of context, but to point out a connection which you will recognize. White Eagle says, "Your master teaches you in a very simple way the rules of brotherhood, and you must endeavor to understand and apply these rules to your life. If you think aright, think creatively and positively, you are an instrument of God. Do all you can to live the gospel, to sow light in darkness, to sow goodness where it is lacking, and through love and God thought, to stimulate the good in your brethren. By expressing God in thought, word, and action in a human and happy way, you are serving God and mankind. The connection is my affirmation that the light of Christ, that's God's light, watches over, stands guard over my thoughts, and guides my speech and my actions into the service of God. Here's another set. There is only one law, one commandment. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. Feel love in your heart towards God first, then to life and to nature. The joy and the light which fills your being, take it with you when you go out into the earthly world. Radiate this light and healing to the whole of life, and cultivate love, compassion, and sympathy. This love will then flow through all areas of your life, bringing transformation and sometimes miracles. And the connection? The Christ light, God's light, shines from me, radiates from me as I cultivate love, compassion, and sympathy, healing the sick, comforting the bereaved, sustaining the weary. After the last 2.5 years, I think I understand weary. And finally, White Eagle says, see good in life. Love God. Love good with all your heart and soul and mind. By so doing, you will realize how also to love your neighbor as yourself. When you can be kind and loving and helpful on every occasion, then you will be a true healer. One more time, God's light shows to me, illumines for me the Christ in other people, the Christ within us all. I can see the good in others. I can love my neighbor as myself, and I can forgive. So there it is, the Lodge Invocation, which we say every Sunday and which most of you probably have memorized, holds the key to healing the world. I hope you feel just a bit more powerful today as you go out into a world that really needs your help. God bless you. All right. All I need is Ringo on drums. Okay? For communion today, we'll use the chimes and the tone of the Tibetan bowl to assist you in your spiritual communication. Communion. Yeah, it's communication. As always at the Church of White Eagle Lodge, communion is a private ritual, one that is held spiritually by each person within your own heart. Today, we will help you celebrate your communion with the following symbols based in music rather than words. To begin, to help you calm your mind and center your thoughts, you will be presented with a light sound of chimes. Focus on the sounds, their light and airy quality, and let them take you higher and higher, away from the earthly moment, to your chosen place of peace and tranquility. Next will be the bowl, symbolically holding the bread of life, the spiritual sustenance. As the bowl is struck, imagine the bread filling the bowl. Take the bread from the bowl and bring it into your innermost being. You can feel each strike as a step leading you along the spiritual pathway. Representing the spiritual wine, the mystical essence, will be the rain stick. Allow the ebb and flow of the rain's song to wash over you, nourishing you, and bringing to you a vision of peace and beauty. And finally, the chimes will play once again, to help you return, focusing once again on your earthly path as you come slowly down the astral staircase back to your place here in the Temple of the Golden Road.